Hello students, this video is made for your integrated circuit lab. This is KEC 551 for the 5th semester of electronics and communication branch, in which we have to deal with the circuit designed on the operational amplifier IC 741C. Some circuits are linear application, some other are non-linear application, and some other are hybrid IC or 555 IC applications in which more than one op-amp are present in the internal circuit of IC. In this module, we are going to discuss linear application of integrated circuit by explaining the experiment voltage to current converter. Okay. As you can see, this is the kit of voltage to current converter and current to voltage converter. This is a single kit in which we can perform V to I converter as well as I to V converter by just calibrating our source and output switch. This is our source switch. This knob explains the voltage source in this mode and in current mode in this configuration. We are going to discuss voltage to current converter, and this is the linear application for which we have to keep this switch in voltage source mode. Here it is written that voltage input. It means the switch provides voltage input to the subsequent circuit. It is the variable knob by which we can change the value of input value. It means this switch can change the value of voltage or the value of current depending upon the position of switch. When we change this value, we can measure, if this is voltage, we can measure at this terminal by a multimeter, or if we are using I to V converter, then the current will be measured at these two terminals. Okay. For voltage to current converter, here input is given and the output will be at here it is written as current output. For V to I converter, we will have a current output at this terminal and it can be measured in this position. When we use I to V converter, then the voltage output will be measured at this position. Now, just consider about the circuit of the V to I converter. As we have discussed in class, V to I converter and I to V converter both are linear application, and the objective of the experiment is to understand the circuit phenomena in the terms of source. Why? Since V to I converter is similar to the configuration of inverting or non-inverting amplifier, but we are interested in the output load current, not in the output voltage. In the same condition, if we give voltage input and we observe voltage output, it will work as amplifier. Here voltage is connected at inverting terminal, hence if the current is not observed, voltage is given and voltage is measured, then it will work as inverting amplifier. So remember, in the experiment, it is more important that we are interested in load current, not on the output voltage. If output voltage is started to be measured, then the same circuit will work as inverting amplifier. Okay. This is the portion of supply. This is the on-off switch, and since you know that the 220 volt AC is connected directly, okay, so it cannot be given to the operational amplifier. Why? It is operated at plus minus 12 volt, and if we are giving a voltage, it is also DC. यहाँ पे जो भी voltage है वो DC है. This DC voltage is definitely generated by this supply, and this plus minus 12 volt is also generated by this supply. For this purpose, this is the power supply portion of our kit, in which a bridge rectifier, this is the bridge rectifier, then these capacitors are connected to convert a perfect DC output from the pulsating DC. After that 7912 and 7812. 7812 is for plus 12 volt and 7912 for minus 12 volt. Okay, so this is our supply portion, and this variable we can measure the value of input voltage by connecting the multimeter to this terminal, and it will give a value according to its position. In V2I converter, since I am explaining that the load current is important and voltage is not important, what does it mean? It means if we have connected input voltage here, the switch is in the mode of voltage, and at the same time if someone starts to measure the voltage, then it will not follow the V2I converter rule, it will be inverting amplifier. Okay, so always remember, in the case of V2I converter or I to V converter, the input is important as well as the observed output is also important. The output going to be considered explains about the linear relationship between input and output. In this practical, we are going to cover only V2I converter, voltage to current converter, and it means that V2I converter is linear application in which we will provide an input voltage and we will observe an output current, and the relationship must be linear in nature as we have studied in class. How the practical can be performed? First of all, this source switch is kept in voltage input so that the V2I converter can be performed. Now we have to connect a multimeter across this terminal to measure the input voltage. Okay. At the same time, we have to measure the output current at this terminal. For this we need another multimeter, and the range of voltage and current depends on the values of resistance connected. It may be possible that this voltage is in the volt and the current is in the form of milliampere or microampere, since the voltage will be changed to a current according to these load values. In the classes, we have discussed this relation in detail, and we have also derived the relation for grounded load, floating load, and all other types of circuits. Here, we will observe the reading and try to find out the linear relationship between voltage and current. Okay, I am connecting the multimeter at the input terminal and at the output terminal. So here is the connection. I have connected a multimeter to measure the input voltage and another multimeter to measure the output current, and we will write a reading for the voltage and current in a tabular form like this. Okay, so how we are going to take the reading? Just change the input voltage from minimum to maximum like this. Voltage is changing and simultaneously observe the change in current. Voltage is changing, So this is the connection, and when I change the value of input voltage, you can see the voltage is changing, but the change in the current is not observable. So keep changing the voltage till the current is observed. Now you can see at the 2.86 or 2.36 the current starts to read 0.02. Okay, it is in microampere and it is in volt. You can see milliampere, sorry, the current is in milliampere and the voltage is in volt. From the 2.36 the current starts to increase, and this is our first reading. 2.36 volt provide a value of current that is 0.02 milliampere, and we have written here like this. Our voltage is in the form of volt, and we are taking the value of current in milliampere. The first reading provides 2.36 volt and the value of current is 0.02 milliampere. Now change this voltage till the next current is observed. Okay, so you can see we have to change these values such that more and more readings can be taken so that we can plot a graph. Let us take the reading. It is nearly 0.1 milliampere at 3.48 volt. 3.48 volt, 0.11 milliampere. Okay, now again change the voltage and observe the current. And remember, observe the condition whenever the change in the current is observable. It is approximately 0.22 milliampere at 4.7 volt. Okay. Similarly, we have to take 8 to 10 readings, and after taking readings by calibrating this voltage and observing current, we can take so many readings such that a graph can be plotted between V and I like this. In our explanation, we are saying the output is current, hence our current will be taken at this axis and voltage will be taken at this axis. Okay. In the graph paper, you have to be very careful about the scale, since at this axis the scale will be in the terms of volt, and at this axis the scale will be in the terms of milliampere, or you can also measure the current in the microampere. Okay. Now first point shows the 2.36 volt provide 0.02. It means I am just explaining. We will have a point like this, then the voltage is increased and current is also increased. It means this is our first point. So when we have this type of points, we will draw a line like this that shows the linear relation between the current and voltage. Okay. That's why in unit 2 we say that V to I converter and I to V converter are the linear application of operational amplifier. And remember one thing, this is the ideal case. In practical condition, it may be possible that this is our V, this is our I. In practical condition, it may be possible that you draw a straight line. It contains some points, but some points are deviated from this. Okay, in this condition, your graph will be like this. Okay, so you can see in practical condition, this straight line can be deviated, but not too much. It can be deviated from its original straight line waveform, but the deviation must be within a prescribed range, and it depends on our circuit parameters like ideal and practical nature of op-amp, which is always practical. It deviates the straight line from its nature, the values of this resistance, and also the losses generated in the circuit due to these connecting wires, and also due to calibration switch. Okay, so it was the first practical in your integrated circuit lab, and it is the linear application of IC. The objective of this practical is to explain that we can generate a current source by a voltage source that is more accurate as compared to normal voltage to current source conversion. Okay, you have studied that a voltage source can be converted into current source, but why we have studied this circuit? We have studied this circuit since it is V to I converter, where a voltage is converted in the form of current, but this conversion is more accurate as compared to previously studied circuit, since it is an active element and it can compensate losses. Okay, thank you.